Advanced Pawn and Perpetual Check, Chess Endgame explained. Have you ever wondered how a single advanced pawn can completely change the result of a chess endgame? This position is a perfect example. White to move, and the key is the advanced f-pawn. At first glance, White's position looks dangerous because Black has a bishop that can attack the pawns. But White has a powerful tactical idea. The game begins with 40k king, g7. White improves the king and prepares to push the f-pawn. Black responds with 40. Bishop takes h3, capturing the h3 pawn. Now comes the critical move, 41.f6. This is the main idea. White does not waste time trying to save everything. Instead, the f-pawn becomes a dangerous passed pawn. Black must react immediately because the pawn is only 2 squares away from promotion. Black plays 41. Bishop takes g4, taking another pawn. But White continues with the powerful 42.f7. Look at the position now. The pawn on f7 is extremely dangerous. Black's bishop must stop promotion. After 42, bishop e6, Black blocks the pawn's path. White finally plays 43.f8 equals q, and the pawn promotes to a queen. This teaches us an important endgame principle. When you have an advanced passed pawn, push it at the right moment. Sometimes material is less important than creating an immediate promotion threat. Now let's talk about perpetual check. After promotion, the new queen becomes a powerful attacking piece. If the opponent's king is exposed and cannot escape repeated checks, the stronger side may be able to force a draw by perpetual check. So always calculate not only promotion, but also what happens after promotion. The key lesson is simple. An advanced passed pawn can be more powerful than extra material. Calculate the promotion race carefully, look for forcing moves, and never underestimate a pawn just 1 square away from becoming a queen. If you enjoyed this endgame puzzle, subscribe to the Knight Gambit TV for more chess tactics, traps, and brilliant endgame ideas. Knight Gambit TV, brilliant chess puzzle script. What would you play if your queen and rook were under enormous pressure, but there was a hidden checkmate waiting just 3 moves away? This position looks incredibly dangerous for White, but there is a stunning tactical idea. Welcome to the Knight Gambit TV. Fire. White to move, and the first move is absolutely critical. 50. Queen e5 check. Boom. White gives check with the queen. At first glance, it looks like Black can simply capture the rook on f8. And that is exactly what happens. 50. King takes f8. But wait. White has prepared something much more powerful. 51. e7 check. This is the key move. The passed pawn advances with check, creating a deadly double threat. Black is under enormous pressure and must react immediately. Black tries. 51. Queen takes e7. The Black queen captures the dangerous pawn, apparently stopping the attack. But White has one final tactical shot. 52. Queen h8 checkmate. Checkmate. What a beautiful finish. The White queen moves to h8, delivering a devastating checkmate. Black's king has no escape squares, and there is no way to capture the queen or block the attack. This puzzle is a perfect example of why we should never judge a position only by material. White is facing serious threats, yet precise calculation completely changes the game. The combination queen e5 check to e7 check to queen h8 checkmate is the real lesson here. Checks force the opponent to respond, and a passed pawn can become an incredibly powerful tactical weapon. So, before making your move, always ask yourself, what checks, captures, and threats are available? If you enjoyed this brilliant chess puzzle, like the video, subscribe to the Knight Gambit TV, and turn on the notification bell for more amazing tactics, traps, checkmates, and chess puzzles. Remember, one move can change everything on the chessboard. Welcome back to the Knight Gambit TV. Fire today, we have a tiny endgame with a massive tactical lesson. There are only a few pawns and kings on the board, but one inaccurate move can completely change the result. The position begins with Black to move. Black plays the powerful 40, f6 check. This check is not just about attacking the king. It forces White to make a critical decision. White sees an opportunity and plays 41. King takes g6, capturing the pawn. But this is the mistake. The engine's best move is 41. King takes f6, immediately removing Black's dangerous pawn. After 41. King takes g6, Black strikes back with 41. H takes g4. Suddenly, black's kingside pawns become extremely dangerous. White captures with 42. King takes f6, but black has a brilliant resource. 42, g3. Look carefully. The g-pawn starts running toward promotion. White tries 43. f5, hoping to create counterplay, but black calmly continues 43, g2. Now the race becomes incredibly tense. White's king moves with 44. King e7, but black's pawn is one step away from becoming a queen. 44, g1 equals q. Black promotes, but white still has a dangerous pawn on f6. Can white save the game? Black finds another brilliant move. 45. f6, then black replies with queen e1 check. This check is extremely important. Black doesn't simply chase the pawn. Black uses the queen to gain tempo and control the promotion squares. White plays 46. King f8, but black continues with the stunning 46, queen b4 check. Another check. The black queen keeps the white king under pressure while controlling the board. This is the beauty of chess. One pawn, one mistake, and one perfectly timed promotion can decide everything. The lesson is simple. In pawn endings, every king move matters. Never rush to capture. Calculate the entire pawn race. If you enjoyed this brilliant endgame puzzle, like, subscribe, and join the Knight Gambit TV for more deadly chess tactics, traps, and puzzles. The queen's sacrifice that creates a new queen, the Knight Gambit TV. What looks like a simple queen sacrifice is actually a brilliant tactical combination. Let's break down every move carefully. 38. Queen b7 check. White starts with a powerful check. The queen moves to b7, attacking the black king on c8. But this move has a hidden purpose. White is deliberately offering the queen. 38. Queen takes b7. Black accepts the sacrifice and captures white's queen. At first glance, black seems to have won the battle. But this is exactly what white wanted. 39. Rook g8 check. Boom. White immediately plays rook g8 check, using the rook to give another forcing check. Black has no time to celebrate the queen win. The king is still trapped, and white's tactical idea is unfolding. 39. Rook d8. Black blocks the check with the rook, placing it on d8. This is the only practical way to deal with the immediate threat. 40. Rook takes d8 check. White sacrifices the rook too. The rook captures on d8 with check. This removes black's defending rook and clears the way for the pawn on a6. 40. King takes d8. Black's king is forced to capture the rook. Now white has given up both the queen and rook, but there is a spectacular point. 41. A takes b7. The a6 pawn captures the queen on b7. This is the key tactical payoff. White's sacrificed queen has effectively lured black's queen onto b7, where the pawn can capture it. 41. King d7. The black king moves toward d7, but white's passed pawn is unstoppable. 42. b8 equals q. Promotion. The pawn reaches b8 and becomes a brand new queen. So white has transformed a queen and rook sacrifice into a winning promotion. The lesson is simple. Never judge a sacrifice by material alone. Look for the final tactical idea. This is exactly the kind of beautiful calculation we love at the Knight Gambit TV. Hello, chess lovers. Welcome back to the Knight Gambit TV. Today, we have a fascinating endgame puzzle where every move demands precision. White is under serious pressure, but there is a beautiful tactical idea that turns the position around. Look at the position carefully. White has a rook on d8, a dangerous passed pawn on d6, and the king on h2. Black's rook is attacking from d3, while the black king and pawn on h3 appear to give black a winning attack. White to move, and the brilliant first move is 47, d7. What a powerful move. White immediately pushes the passed pawn toward promotion. The threat is simple. d8 equals queen. Black must react quickly. Black tries. 47. King h5. The king moves closer, hoping to stop white's promotion and maintain the attack. But now comes the stunning move. 48. g3. This is the key. White doesn't panic. Instead, the g-pawn gives the king a crucial escape and challenges black's attacking setup. Black plays 48. Rook d2 check. A check. It looks dangerous, but white has calculated everything. And now, 49. King takes h3. Brilliant. White's king captures the dangerous pawn on h3. The biggest attacking threat disappears instantly. This puzzle teaches us an incredibly important endgame lesson. Never give up when your opponent appears to have a winning attack. A passed pawn, an active rook, and, most importantly, accurate king movement can completely change the evaluation. The move g3 is the heart of this combination. It is calm, precise, and incredibly difficult to find during a real game. If you enjoyed this beautiful endgame tactic, like the video, subscribe to the Knight Gambit TV, and turn on notifications for more amazing chess puzzles, traps, tactics, and brilliant endgames. Remember, in chess, one accurate move can turn desperation into victory. The king's greatest escape. Can White survive?